And I am live. Hey everyone, it is Rebecca the Reseller. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining me today. This was completely impromptu and completely not expected, and I feel like I haven't been live on my channel. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a long time. And it's exciting because I actually really liked doing it. There was a period where I did YouTube lives every Monday for a good while, and then I don't know why I even stopped. Was it the pandemic? I don't know. Anyway, today has a very specific topic. I talked about it a little bit on my Instagram because I was super excited. I had to blurt it out. I did like this whole big Instagram stories thing, and then I thought, you know what, I might as well just come on live and talk about it here, and that way it's there, and whoever may have questions that can make it, great, and whoever can't. So you guys know, if you've watched me for any period of time, that I like reselling, but I don't love reselling. And I'm multi-passionate. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and I like having multiple income streams. And so, I do print on demand, which is basically Amazon merch and Etsy and Printful. And I create designs for shirts, and I put them on shirts and mugs and things like that, and people buy them and they get fulfilled. And so once the work is done, it's basically an automated income stream or a passive income stream, a residual income stream, whatever you want to call it. So I have the print on demand, which has been going well, and that's been pretty passive because I haven't really been doing much more work. It just the shirts keep selling. Another area that I have a passive income stream is my Rebecca the Reseller Etsy store. I've created a lot of tools that I have available on Etsy in my shop that are digital downloads. And so when you go on and purchase my ThreadUp tracker, I created it once. I did the work once. It's there. You can purchase it. People can purchase it over and over again. And so cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So I like these different passive income streams. And so I watch a lot of different YouTube channels about it. I think about different ways that I can, do it. This was supposed to be the year, this school year, was supposed to be the school year that I started on a lot of these income streams, because Geo was supposed to be in VPK, and that all went to heck in a handbasket. Now I'm homeschooling. So anyway, I'm doing a whole big long thing just to let those that, let people come in. Hey, I'm excited that people are here. Say hi in the chat. Let me know that you're here, that you can see me, that you can hear me, and give me a thumbs up if you can. So we're talking about passive income, and we're talking about a course that I took because I wanted to know more. And I've really been on a big course kick recently. As you know, I took Rochelle's ThreadUp course. I've taken some of her other courses. I have more of hers to take, and those are all reselling kind of related. But in this printables business, in this passive income area, I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels, and there was a woman, Nancy Badillo, who has a YouTube channel, and I will, after all this, link it. But she has a lot of great free content. She's very similar to me in that she gives a lot of information. She does a pretty deep dive. She's pretty detailed. She knows her stuff. And so I immediately knew from watching her videos that when I found out she had a course, that the course was going to be along those lines. Because if you find somebody that does good free content, pretty much they're going to do good paid content. I mean, it's not for sure, but it's a good given that their paid content would also be good. And so I purchased her course, and I am, what am I now? I'm probably like 70 or 80% of the way through. And the reason why I'm not all the way through is because she added, I'm 67% of the way through. Can you see it? 67 right there. No. Anyway, she added a whole module to it. So the course is called Art Printables Etsy Course. And the whole goal is to be able to create digital downloads, art printables on Etsy for people to purchase. They download it, you create it once, it can sell over and over again and again. But in addition to that, she tells you like soup to nuts how to do it, like from having an idea for a store or a type of printable that you could do, to doing your Etsy listing, SEO for Etsy, creating your banners, using Canva to create them. Like am not an artist. I don't have any artist bone in my body. I consider myself creative in that I can put things together and I have ideas, but I'm not an artist. I have no art capabilities. I can't draw anything. I can't illustrate anything. You have to use other people's. So she talks about creative market and how to utilize creative market to get your graphics and things. And so, I mean, literally every aspect of creating an art printables business, she goes over from soup to nuts with full screenshot tutorials, step by step, exactly what to do. But in addition to that, and this is why I wanted to really bring it up for resellers, is because, you know, I know that not everyone is interested in art printables and that kind of thing, though I do think it's a great passive income stream for a lot of us now that are maybe home with the kids, have to take a back seat to reselling or just want something to diversify their income. But she adds a lot of these bonus modules at the end that are straight social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, start to finish, full-blown explanation, stuff I've never known. And like, not that I'm this great anything, but I've been doing a lot of social media for a while, and there's a lot of stuff that I've researched and tried to learn about in the past. And she's got like nugget after nugget after nugget of stuff. So anyway, I am almost through this course. I am raving about this course. You don't have to do art printables. Her course is about art printables, but I'm going to be applying a lot of it to my Rebecca the Reseller Etsy store, which are not art printables. They're reseller tools, but they are digital downloads. And all of the things that she talks about for the art printables applies to what I'm doing there. And then I'm also going to create a separate brand. This is down the line when I'm not homeschooling Geo anymore, that is art printables, because I do think that that's an interesting idea. I think that there is a market for it. But I mean, it could be anything from greeting cards to wall decor to things for kids for homeschool, like teachers pay teachers kind of stuff. I mean, printables in general on Etsy can be a wide range of things. And so her course, like I said, goes through everything from soup to nuts. If you have questions, please put them in the chat. I haven't seen anything going on in the chat yet. And actually, I should put this. Let me put the link to the course there. So hopefully it shows up as a link. So basically, what she did is she charges $500 for the course. Now, if you've taken some of the other reseller courses, they're not $500. If you've ever looked at Amazon courses like Amazon FBA or Amazon March and some of those kinds of courses, those courses can be expensive. But resellers primarily are not spending this type of money. And so I talked with her about that, and I said, I think that this is a great crossover for a certain subset of the people that follow me, because they may be multi-passionate entrepreneurs. They may be looking for an additional income stream. They may be somewhat creative or just have considered Amazon, Merch by Amazon, digital downloads, these kinds of things, but haven't gotten into it, don't know what to do, don't have the time to research everything. I said, but I don't, we may not be spending that kind of money. So I negotiated a rate with her for my audience. And as far as I'm aware right now, I am the only affiliate, the only person with this deal for $199. So I know that this particular video sounds very salesy, and I'm very sorry for that. I don't mean to be. I thought I've really enjoyed it, and I've got a lot out of this course, and I felt that there are a lot of people that do follow some of the things that I do with the passive income and with the additional income streams. And so it would be nice of me, it would be a good, fit if I shared it. So, whatever with that. Basically, again, I'm not trying to be super salesy. I am an affiliate of hers. So obviously if you use my link, I get a little something, but I'm the only one with this deal. So there's that too. But yeah, I don't mean to be so salesy, but I felt like there were a certain number of people that have expressed in comments and videos and on Instagram that they are interested in printables. They are interested in digital downloads, in adding passive income streams to their reselling business or to eventually replace their reselling business. And so I thought it was a good fit, and that's why I wanted to share it. And I did want to come on because I had someone message me on Instagram with a bunch of questions. So I'm going to go over some of those so that way I can share that with you. But if you have questions that you want me to answer about the course, about printables, about any of this passive income stuff, put it down below. If you happen to have a question about something else, we can talk about that too. But this is primarily about this course and our printables. So let me just see. Okay, let me just pull it up here. Where did it go? Okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to have this dead space. I should have had it, but I thought I was going to go away, and so I didn't do it. Okay. How long is the deal good for? I don't know, because that was one of the things that I did not discuss with Nancy. So she was very good to give me the $199 discount from her $500 for the course. So it's available now. I don't know. I'm not going to do the whole like limited time thing. Like it just, whenever she tells me I can't have it anymore is when I can't. So I've purchased the course. I've already had a couple of people purchase the course using the $199 link. If that's all it ends up being, then that's fine too. But I just figured I would at least share the information with you now, tell everybody about it on YouTube, on Instagram, answer any questions I can. And if it's something that you're interested in, great. And if not, and you can't do it now, we can always figure it out later. What kind of software is needed to make printables? So there's no software. Obviously, if you use Adobe Photoshop and know all those kinds of things, you could totally use that, of course. But I just use Canva. Canva can be free. I do use the paid version. I am a Canva affiliate. You can check out the links for that in my normal video descriptions. It's $12.95 a month for Canva Pro, and that just gets you more features and more things. But I don't think that you need to have it in order to do art printables. And it's a very easy website to use. It's what I use to make some of my Instagram posts. It's what I use to make some things for social media. It's very easy to use, and there's tons of Canva tutorials out there. She actually has a couple in the course, and as she's showing you different printables to make, different examples, different types of printables, she shows you how to do all of it. So it is a really easy, user-friendly drag and drop design tool. And then she uses a website called Creative Market, and I just got approved to be an affiliate for that because I've never really used them to get graphics. I've only ever tried to get free graphics that are royalty free, and you can get royalty free graphics to put in your printables, but you can also pay for bundles of like nice ones. So I'm going to start actually dabbling into that as well. But so she talks about how to do all that, how to research all that, what to look for with license. Like she gives all every single detail. Her course answers every question that I've had as she says something. I think of a question and then she goes on and already answers it before I even am asking it. So again, if you're just joining, I am talking about a passive income stream. I just took a course about creating art printables and selling them as digital downloads on Etsy. And so the link in the chat is the course. I have a $199 rate, which is just for my audience, down from $500, which is what she normally charges for it. And I'm answering your questions. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. But I'm going off of questions that someone DM'd me. So you don't need any software to make the printables. Let's see. It's self-paced, so it's through Teachable. And so if you have taken Chriselle's ThreadUp course or her accounting course or her how to make a course it's the same place. It's the same platform, Teachable. And so it's self-paced. It has those modules that you just click down, and actually I could click into it. So like, I don't know if you're going to be able to, maybe if it's back here. So each one of these is like different modules. Oh, and of course somebody's calling me, but it's potential spam, so we're not going to answer it. Decline. So each one is a different lecture. Each one is a video. And I mean, there's module 1 with like 1, 2, 3, like several, like I will scroll. Like there's so that's yeah. So I have 2 more modules to go. While I was taking the course, she added a module all about Instagram. And so the reason again why, just for those people that are just coming in, it's about art printables. The whole course, what her whole thing is about is creating art printables on Etsy. You can do that. I plan on doing that. But once I started taking the course, I realized that there are so many things that she includes in there that are generally good SEO, generally good social media, generally good brand building knowledge, things to talk about and things to learn about, and tools and tactics that she gives in there in each of the additional bonus modules, that I was like, I could totally use this for my Poshmark listings. I can use this for my Rebecca the Reseller Etsy store. I can use this for my social media that I do on Instagram for Rebecca the Reseller. Like, I'm going to take all her stuff and apply it to everything I do across the board. And that's where I was like, okay, now I really want to talk about it with my reseller people, because you may just be interested in it for the additional passive income stream of, you know, doing art printables, but you may also want to apply it for your other stuff as well. But again, it is geared for art printables. But so like this whole bonus 7 that I didn't even get to yet is using Instagram for your Etsy business. I'm on the Pinterest one now, which I felt like I kind of knew about Pinterest, but she is like a Pinterest wizard. Like, so there's like 20 modules of Pinterest in here. Anyway, so let me go back to the questions that I had. And if you have questions, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So let me know what questions you guys have or what you want to know about as well. Let me see. No software, basically Canva, web-based, blah, blah, blah. On Canva, can you make it so it looks good and clear on Etsy? So yes, I mean, Canva can make a high resolution 300 DPI, like very professional PDF image. So everything that you would ever want to make for an art printable. And like I said, the printables that I make for my Rebecca the Reseller I all make it out of Canva. So it's very easy to do that. If anybody's ever made printables for Teachers Pay Teachers, it's like a similar idea. I've never used Teachers Pay Teachers, but she was asking about that. So like making digital downloads as a PDF or JPEG or something, and then uploading it to Etsy as a listing, and then somebody can download it. So that's the idea with that. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome for side income. That's what this person points out. Did you buy the professional Canva? I did. Again, it's $12.95 a month for Canva Pro. But I use Canva for literally everything. So for me, it's very worth it to have Canva Pro. I wouldn't suggest starting buying Canva Pro until you knew for sure that you were like really doing this. Like you had a bunch of ideas, you had your Etsy store set, like that you were really going to make it a business for yourself. But the good thing about what I found, because I have a few Etsy stores now, I'll get to thank you for putting a question, Jennifer. Let me finish this thought and then I'll jump in with that. And whoever has questions, put them in. So I have a few Etsy stores. The one that you guys know about is my Rebecca the Reseller Etsy store, where I sell digital downloads for resellers. That's like ThreadUp Tracker, Poshmark closet signs. So it's all printables or electronic things that you can digitally download. And that goes along with this brand that you know here. But I have a print on demand Etsy store, which is hooked up to Printful, where I sell shirts. And I keep that secret because within the print on demand space, that's like a very competitive area. You don't want to give up your designs and your things. And then I have another one. Actually, I have 2 more. I have 2 more. One I haven't started yet. I just created the shop, but I haven't done anything. It's just going to be for mugs. And then I have another one, which is just digital design. So like people could take the designs that I made and put it on their shirt by doing like Cricut and like when they make them at home. So that's digital downloads. And I only have 6 listings on there or 11 listings on there, and I've already made 2 sales. And I literally don't do it. Like when I can put something up, I put something up, and when I can't, I can't, and I don't even look at it or do anything with it. And I've already had 2 sales from these digital downloads. So, And that's not utilizing any of the things that she's said in the book. Right now, I'm just taking the course, I'm taking it all in. The great thing about these courses is that one, it's self-paced, two, you can go back again and again, rewatch something, finish the whole thing, go back and start it, watch it as many times as you want. And then when I'm ready to go back, I'm going to then make my to-do list, like basically go through the course and then say, okay, so she says, do this with your Pinterest. I'm going to do that. Okay. She says, do this with Canva. I'm going to do that, and literally make myself like a giant master to-do list and just set everything up with the Etsy shop, the banner. She shows you how to make the banner, the branding, all of your social media that would go along with it. She talks about making an email list. Like, it's crazy. So yes, okay, so let's get into some of these questions here. Can you create using an iPad? So let's see. Canva is a website, and so I'm assuming, I don't know, I've never done it on an iPad. Let's start there. I do Canva stuff on my laptop, but it is a website, and so I'm assuming through Safari you can get Canva just like any other website. I don't know how you would, like, I do everything on my trackpad here and on my touch screen to like manipulate the graphics. I guess you would just do that on your, the answer is I don't know. If you're talking about the course, yes, because I do it on my phone all the time. So I actually have her course as, I saved it as like a home screen. You know, you get a website and you can save it as your home screen and then you can just click into it. So I have it saved on my phone so I can just easily go to it and listen through and watch the course. They are videos that you can listen to and watch, where some of it is slides. Like if you've seen the Thread Up course, how Chriselle has slides, but you don't see her face. But Chriselle doesn't really do a lot of screen shares. She does a few, but not a lot. Nancy in this course for the art printables does a lot of screen share because she's showing you step by step exactly how to create the printables, exactly where to get the stuff, like exactly how to do everything. You don't see her face. So there's slides and screen shares, but it's more active. So the course you could take from the iPad, actually using Canva to make the things on the iPad, that I don't know. But what you could do is go and just try to go to the Canva website without doing the pro version. You can get a free Canva and use it and just try and see if you could actually create the designs and stuff on there. Well, if that doesn't answer your question, leave a follow-up. Jennifer, thank you for the question. Michelle, what if you design something or a saying for a mug, for example, and someone else has it? What resource helps you with infringement issues? Good question. So I don't do a lot of things that is trademarky. Like, I just kind of come up with my own weird sayings and weird things for mugs and shirts. Let's talk about that, because you're talking about a mug, let's say, which is more print on demand and less printables or digital downloads, but all of it kind of same applies in the same way. And she does actually talk about in the very beginning of her course how when she started, she did a lot of stuff that she wasn't supposed to, and how she learned about checking trademarks and all that. So there's, you can check trademarks. You can just go online and search for the trademark site, and you can put in a phrase, put in a keyword or whatever, and see if it's trademarked. There are a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about how to check through trademarks. So I'm not going to reiterate all of that, but there's very easy ways to just go on and Google and how to check a trademark and if something is trademarked. Now, when you said if someone else has it, just because someone else has a phrase on a mug doesn't mean that it's trademarked. And if it's not trademarked, you too can put it on a mug. So there in the print on demand world, people call it looking for inspiration. And then my designs I've found copycats of, and I didn't think that I was that big time of a seller, but I have a few shirts that do pretty well and a couple $100s a month, every month, and sell multiple times a day. And now I see copycats out there of my design. And I'm like, I guess I've made it in the print on demand world that somebody wants to copycat my design. But, so you can use a design or a saying for inspiration. If it's not copyrighted or trademarked, you could do that same saying. So like if you wanted to do a saying that says, this is a scissors, and you put that on a mug, this is a scissors, and it's not trademarked, and someone has this is a scissors. Oh, that's my Zoom thing. Hold on. I recorded a video earlier. You can't see it, but anyway. You could also put the same thing if it's not trademarked and have no problem, but you are copycatting other people's stuff. And so really you shouldn't be doing that. But like someone could say this is a scissors, and then you could say, well, I could say this is a scissors 2020, and this is, you know, 4th birthday shirt 2020. Like now there's all these quarantine shirts. There's a million copycats of quarantine birthday shirts out there. So, you know, you just have to decide what ethics you bring to the table. But you're not violating any laws or anything unless you're infringing on a trademark. And like I said, there's websites for you to be able to check for that. So yes, go ahead and leave any follow-ups if I didn't answer your question with that. Jennifer, okay, thanks. I was referring to creating graphics. I should have said that. I do have a desktop I can use. Yeah, I mean, I prefer to do graphic things on my desktop because I feel like I have more control over it. It's a bigger space, you know, whatever. But I will say I use the Over app to do a lot of graphics that are simple and easy on my phone. Like that's how I make a lot of my Instagram posts and Poshmark listings. If I'm doing like a collage or like my closet signs, I do on the Over app. But I don't think that that would really be what you would want to do to create a printable, because oftentimes a printable that's going to be a digital download, you're going to want to make as a PDF or a JPEG or something like that and have that file. So I don't know how that would work on an iPad or a phone. I've never done that. Nicole, hi, and thank you everybody for your questions. And the link is up there if you want to check out the course. That's the first thing in the chat. What if you're not very creative or artsy? Does she talk about places to source original graphics to add to your designs? Yes. So yes, because I have no artistic bones in my body. Like Gio and I'm for Gio's homeschool, I made him do like a drawing of my family, because one of the benchmarks for pre-K to get into kindergarten is to, I looked up all these benchmarks, is to be able to draw a person with 3 to 4 parts. So not like just drawing a head and be like, that's a person. Like you have to, I guess, evolve as a whatever and draw a 3 to 4 part person. That's the benchmark. So I wanted to see what he would do so I would know, is he on target or not? So he did. He actually had 6 parts to his person, but he started with the legs, which I thought was really funny. Anyway, so then he wanted me to draw our dog Malia. I'm like, it looks like a hot dog balloon animal, and I'm supposed to be drawing this. I'm like, it's terrible. And I'm like, what if Gio does have an artistic bone in his body, but he's being stifled by the fact that I'm drawing this thing that looks terrible? Anyway, I'm creative. If you gave me 5 different parts, I could move them around and do good layout and make it bigger, make it smaller, use filters, do all kinds of stuff to make it its own freestanding thing, and I could add a little witty comment to it. And that's why I think I do well with my shirts, because I do think I'm creative in like sayings and words, and then I'm able to fumble my way through the graphics part. But what I learned from her course so far is that I was only using a site called Pixabay, is one of my favorites, where you can get royalty-free images. And so I get all kinds of stuff on there. And they're royalty-free. You can use them however you want. But she actually turned me on to a different website that I never heard of called Creative Market. She's an affiliate for it. I just applied to be an affiliate for it because I figured I'm going to do more about this stuff. I might as well apply for it. So I just got the word today, actually. And you can go on and buy people's one-off things, bundles of graphics. And then you can also buy things on Etsy too. Etsy has tons of graphics. I bought a pack of like holiday themed unicorn things from someone on Etsy, where she just sells her designs, and it was okay for commercial use or whatever. And so I used it on some shirts, but I could totally see how if I was purchasing different things like borders, watercolor, flowers. Nancy shows a lot of things with flowers in hers because she does a lot in the wedding market, which I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. I used to be an event planner, and that was like, no, someone else can plan all the weddings. I want no part of that. I like professional. Like I did corporate events and like conventions and like business events. No weddings. But she does a lot of wedding printables, and that's a huge market on Etsy. But what I learned also from her is how many other markets there were. And then you could create, like I've talked about this before, when I went on the cruise a while back, because I love cruising. I can't wait to go on a cruise again. There are shops that just sell printable cruise things for your door on a cruise ship. Like their whole store is making these cutesy Disney theme and cutesy whatever things that you print out and put on a magnet, and then it becomes your cruise door decor, and people like decorate their doors on the cruise ship. And I was like, how is there an entire Etsy store for this with like tens of thousands of sales? It was like, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, so there's a market for everything. There are untapped niches out there. She talks a lot about niches. And then she literally walks you through step by step from having the idea and the concept to creating your Etsy store and all that goes into that, to making your printables and all that goes into that and all the resources that you need, to setting up the Etsy listings, to marketing with an email list, marketing with Facebook, marketing with Pinterest. And now she added this module on Instagram, which I'm like, thought I was almost done with this course. Now she just added more, but like, that's even better because I'm on Instagram all the time. I would love to know more tips and tricks for Instagram. So like, it's a solid course. And like I said, she charges $500 for like $498 or $599 or whatever it is. That's what she charges for it. And I do think if you are someone that, like, pretend you're not a reseller and you're not somebody that gets things for 75 cents and sells it for 45, right? Like pretend you're not a flipper like we are, and you're like a normal person that wants to start a business, you would totally spend $500 to learn how to do something that was going to be a business for you. I just saw there's only one like here. Hello, people. Can you like the video for me? I mean, even if you don't like what I'm saying, then hit the thumbs down button. But it shows me I only have one like, and there's 12 people here right now, and there've been a bunch of people coming through, so there should be more likes, if you don't mind. Yeah, thank you. All right, that's 3. That's good. So like people that make, like, they're at 5. Awesome. Thank you. Like, there are lots of people that will buy a course to learn a particular thing and then just go and do it. And this is my kick right now. Like once I took Chriselle's course, I was kind of hooked, and then I bought her other 2 courses, and I'm midway through the course one. I put it on hold when I had to start homeschooling. And then I'm going to take her business, the accounting one. And when she does the Facebook one, I'm going to take that too. But then I saw this art printables one. I'm like, I'm already kind of doing this. If there's a course that I can just like sit and jam out over a couple of days or however long it takes you, because it's self-paced, and then literally have all the tools of what I need to do and I can just execute. I mean, you guys know I execute. Like I do. Like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, la, 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 I'm going to learn. And then I do things, I get things done. And so if you are one of those people, I just recorded before this live next week's weekly video for Sunday. And in it, I talk about courses, because if you know yourself and you know, if you make an investment and you pay for something, information, and you're going to act on it, and you're not going to be one of those people that just takes the course, it gets them all hopped up on the air of motivation, then doesn't do anything, then don't do it. Don't do that. Don't waste your money. That would be silly. But if you are someone that legitimately is like, listen, reselling's getting old, or reselling's okay, but I need something else, and I'm kind of creative, and I'm kind of been thinking about this, and now this is a good push for me, or I do want to make an extra couple $100 a month. I mean, Nancy said in her first month, she made $100 with her very first store. And now she's like in whatever, thousands. For me, I did more with my print on demand, but like my Rebecca the Reseller digital downloads. Now, granted, I have an audience. I have my YouTube channel. I push my products all the time, but I make on the low end now a couple of $100, and I've made as high as $600 and $700. I'd love it if someday that store did $1,000. You never know. But that's crazy because I did all that work once. I'm not doing it again. And that's the beauty of a digital download or an art printable is that some of these art printables, you can knock them out in like 10 minutes. I mean, I've made some stuff where it's like bing, 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 and you have an idea, you make the, once you get used to Canva, if you've never used it before, it might take you a little bit to figure it out. There's lots of tutorials. She has some, and then there's lots of them on YouTube. But you can bang out these printables, and then once you have an idea, you can go with it and make a few similar with different, let's say she uses flowers in a lot of hers, so I'm using that as an example. Like, you can use them with blue flowers, and then you can use roses, and then you can do the black version, then you can do the red version, and then you could do the pink blush version, and whatever, or a different font, and you can jam out this stuff. And that's called scaling a design, which is what I do in print on demand. If you do a birthday shirt for a 1-year-old, you can also do the same exact birthday shirt for a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So you can scale it out without much effort and work. And so with reselling, when you're selling thrifted items, it's a one-off deal. Now, the next best thing is multiple quantity, right? So you can order liquidation, or you could do what I do with the boutique items, where I'm ordering 5 necklaces and I can sell them 5 times, but I only put the listing up once. That scales you a little bit. But the digital download space is like on steroids, because you make one PDF, make one Etsy listing, and it could sell an infinite number of times without you doing anything ever again. There's no sharing. There's no offers to likers. I mean, yes, you do want to, she's giving you the full-fledged business version of create a brand, make an Etsy store, create an email list, retarget, do Facebook, do do all of it. And I would really like to do all of it. But I have seen how, from my little efforts that I've done thus far prior to taking her course, you can still have sales without doing all of that. But you can have way more sales if you do all of that. So I think that information on the internet and people purchasing digital goods is only going to get bigger. Like, reselling is only going to get bigger too. But the idea of paying for information, paying for a product online that is delivered digitally, we're just scratching the surface now. Like, there is more to be done there. And I want to learn how, get well versed, because then the ideas, you can have a million of them. You can, I already have 4 or 5 Etsy stores. You can have multiple, so I just think that there's a big future for it. So let's see what else. Family Flips. Hey guys, how are you? Hello, hello. I just hit the like button. Thank you. Courses are great when they solve a problem. Yes. Yes. And the thing is, it saves time because you're not searching around for information. But sometimes if you have a topic that you're interested in, you don't know what you don't know. Like, some of you guys asked some good questions here, but there's 85 other questions that she answers in the course that you don't know to ask. So you would never think to go look up YouTube videos on that, or find a blog about it, or collect all this free information where she's just going to put it all out for you. So it's amazing. Easy way to scale is to outsource the tasks in your biz that you hate doing. You can then focus on the aspects of your biz you love and grow your business. And that's exactly right. And honestly, a while ago, when I had a photographer, I had a virtual assistant, and that was when Gio was little and not like in any kind of preschool or anything. And I knew that if I wanted to do print on demand, which was selling my shirts on Amazon merch, I was never going to have time. So that's when I brought my photographer on and my VA on. And it was all at the end of the year of 2017. So I had somebody doing my photography, somebody doing my listing and sharing. And I spent the free time that I had making my print on demand designs. And I worked on that. And now those designs, I haven't made new. I mean, I've made some here and there, but I haven't made any more work on those designs that I put up in 2017, and they are still selling. And some of them are selling multiple times a day, bringing in hundreds of dollars. And then there's several of them. So like this past month, I hit 800, which was the first time I've ever hit 800 of completely passive income from this month. The work was already done before. So the same way Amazon merch is the same exact way the Etsy art printables business would be. And she also talks, I keep saying Etsy, but she also talks about when you create a digital download, It's the same as cross-posting and reselling. There are other platforms that you can put your digital download on. So she goes off on talking about a few of them. And then on her YouTube channel, she even talks about more because obviously platforms change and new ones come. And so I just watched one of hers where I'm like, maybe I should take all my Rebecca the Reseller digital downloads that I have in my Etsy store and add them to this other thing. And that place allows you to have affiliates. And so I could have people being an affiliate for my products. And so there's just so many amazing, attractive things about printables and the digital download market that it's that stuff where it's like, there's just not enough hours in the day. And if you guys have watched my 4 ways to 4K video that I did a while back, where I explained how I want to make $1,000 a month from 4 different income streams that I'm passionate about to bring home, take home pay, $4,000 a month, which would replace my old income that I had when I worked outside of the home before Geo. And then I could take over the world from there. But let's start with that. Let's start with replacing that income. And so I said I was going to do 1,000 from reselling. I was going to do 1,000 from print on demand, 1,000 from YouTube and Rebecca the Reseller brand. And then the 4th pillar was going to be digital downloads. And this was supposed to be the year for me to start that because Geo was supposed to be in VPK. Now I am teacher mommy and running VPK myself. So I am doing a little bit of it. But right now I'm in the taking the courses mode, formulating my thoughts mode, deciding my niches mode, doing research mode. And then next year I'll execute on my digital downloads beyond what I already have. Nicole says, do you think the digital downloads will be more lucrative than your print on demand, or do you see it as just another stream of income to add? You know, I don't know. Like right now, I have 2 ways that I'm doing print on demand. I have Amazon merch and I have Etsy with a Printful integration. So the listings are on Etsy for people to shop and then Printful fulfills it, but it's the same idea. And so I'm making way more money with merch because Amazon makes it way easier. Amazon also takes a big giant cut, but it's more seamless. It's easier for me to manage on Amazon. The market is bigger, whatever. Etsy, there's more branding. You got to make all the cutesy photos. You got to do all the shop stuff and everything. On Amazon, you just put your design up. It's all Amazon's shop, you know. But I do see, because of the sales that I am getting on Etsy with the minimal work that I have done thus far, if I concentrated on it, if I did better with it, Etsy would probably rival Amazon merch. And so I know that I'm underperforming in my print on demand, but the beauty of it is that I'll go for months without touching it. And every month I'm still getting royalties, and every month products are selling and I haven't done anything. And then I'll get a bug up my butt where I feel very creative. And I'll just sit there and I'll bang out a bunch of designs and upload them, and maybe some will sell and maybe none of them will sell. But I add to my catalog when I can, when I get inspired. And honestly, for me, that's what I like about having multiple, and I'll get to your actual question in a second, but that's what I like to have. That's what I like about multiple income streams to begin with is, let's say you had 4 like I do: reselling, print on demand, some kind of social media, personal brand, and then a digital download one. If it's Tuesday could be my YouTube day, and then Wednesday could be my print on demand day, and then Monday can be my whatever day, and then 3 days I won't do anything. And those could be and so that whole day I can focus on that one thing that I love. And then the next day I could focus on a whole other thing that I love. Again, multi-passionate entrepreneur. If you're not like that, if you like reselling and you like the fashion of it and you love Poshmark and you love taking photos and you jam out to your podcast and like you have a thing going and that makes you happy, maybe you don't want another income stream. Maybe you just cross post and you call it a day. But for me, I'm not fulfilled by reselling. That's why I started YouTube. And now I love the community that I have and talking about it and exploring it in a different way. Then that led me to make my products. And then now I'm exploring. So it all started with reselling. It all started with me selling Gio's old baby clothes on TopSpot. And then it just kind of exploded from there. But then you find out new things about it. Like, who knew that I was going to be this random person that designs shirts to put on Amazon? Like, I never thought of that. Like, I never thought that would be a thing. But I get a huge kick out of it every time the thing, oh, I got an order from somebody over here. Let's see which Etsy that is. I didn't plan that. That just happened. So somebody bought my ThreadUp tracker. So bang, I'm doing this. Somebody bought the ThreadUp tracker. That's a digital download. But like on my pretty merch, to show you my merch thing, and I'm not going to show you the designs, but I can, well, you're probably not even going to be able to see it anyway. I don't know why I'm doing it. But like today, I already sold 1 shirt. Yesterday, I sold 9 shirts. In the last 7 days, I sold 61 shirts. In the last 7 days, I sold 61 shirts that did 292. Can't show it to you without it. $292 in royalties in the last 7 days. I did not do anything but look at this. Look at my stats. Nothing. I have no shirts in my house. I did no screen printing. Like I did zero work. And I just look and there are sales. It is the most glorious thing. Sorry, Nicole. Listen, with me, you know what you're getting. A big, giant, long-winded answer. Sorry. So I don't know which one will do better. But what I do know is that for print on demand, I'm only ever going to I mean, there's an infinite number of ideas. And I could have lots and lots and lots of ideas, but there's only going to be so many products you can put it on. There's only going to be so many places you can do it. There's only going to be so many things that people are going to want to buy on a shirt or whatever. I mean, I guess I'm limiting it, but I've done well with a very particular thing. And sometimes I have new ideas, but I see myself in a very limited lane with my print on demand. I guess it's endless, but I also think I talk to my husband, like, what happens when like the t-shirt, things on a t-shirt isn't trendy anymore? Like now you get a t-shirt made for back to school, you get a t-shirt made for the eclipse, you get a t-shirt made for pro-Trump, anti-Trump, wear it to the protest, don't wear it to the protest. You get, you know, like there's shirts for everything. Maybe someday in the future, in 2067, we all wear paper bags. Like, what if we all are in a society where we all wear the same thing? What if there is, like, what if what we think is minimalist now is not? What if we all are wearing the same thing? Like a Demolition Man society? Like, I don't know. This is crazy Rebecca talk now. My mind. But like, you know, what if t-shirts aren't a thing anymore? What if we go to a very grand, ornate in thing and people are just dressing up all the time? Like, you know, what if t-shirts aren't a thing? Then where does that go? The t-shirts I have are going to dwindle. But my Rebecca the Reseller products, as long as there's resellers, somebody may have a need for my reselling products. But here you go, prime example, the person that has the cruise ship decor that I talked about earlier, nobody's cruising, nobody's going on a cruise, nobody needs cruise ship decor for their door. That business is probably shot to SHIT right now. So like, I don't know what would do better. What I do know is that I'm multi-passionate and I'm going, like I've said it several times now, like I've just really decided, because I've done all of these different things a little bit now, to know I could pick one and just do it, but I don't want to. It's not going to make me happy. I'm looking at this stack of Everlane, but I have had these Everlane pants hanging on this rack that I could list on Poshmark for a long time. And I mean, obviously I'm sending everything to ThreadUp, but I kept those to send to Poshmark. I have been zero motivated to get those on Poshmark. I mean, it's not going to take me but a few minutes to get those on Poshmark, but it's not making me happy. But right now ThreadUp is making me happy. Coming up with my Rebecca the Reseller closet signs, ThreadUp tracker, that's making me happy. And then pondering on ideas for other printables and art printables and digital downloads and creating a brand. Like her course has really inspired me to think about, if I was going to create another brand, what would I want that brand to be? Who would I want that target? She goes through all of it, like target audience, target market, all that. Like, who do I want that to be? Who do I want to speak to? What do I have to say to them? What would my products be? And the printables and art printables specifically, is a completely different thing than I do with Rebecca the Reseller, because Rebecca the Reseller is like, it's a ThreadUp tracker. I'm using it for my business. It's very business information, practical use. An art printable, nobody needs an art printable. They have to want an art printable. What would I make that somebody would want? And then you go on Etsy and you look at this stuff that people are making and people are buying, because you can see the solds and everything. And you're like, wow. People are buying some crazy stuff. Like there were some funny bathroom, like people buy bathroom prints, like stuff to hang in your bathroom. I would never buy a bathroom print, but people buy bathroom prints. There's whole stores on bathroom prints. Like the possibilities are endless. You could find something that you know about, a niche. You could build off of a saying, build off a decor thing that you like, whether it's like the farmhouse rustic thing or whatever, and run wild with it. And so the answer to your question, Nicole, I'm so sorry. I don't know what would do more. I want to do both. I like the challenge of seeing. I want to conquer both. Maybe in 6 months, I'll be like, you know what, printables, yeah. And I'll just stick with my shirts. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it would be different for everybody, but I see that the general market for both of them could be huge if you were doing your good research and finding out things that people want to buy. Because I do know that you could make, same like you could fill your Poshmark closet with a bunch of clothes that people don't want to buy. You could also fill your Etsy store with a bunch of printables that nobody wants to buy too. So she does talk about research, keywords, traffic, SEO. Like she talks about all of that. I mean, it's amazing how much stuff is in there. So I think that you could go in a number of ways with it. And I think that you could make your, like, there are niches that will exist that don't exist yet. So the idea of an art printable as a medium or as a product could eventually be saturated in the, let's say, the bathroom prints or the cruise decor or whatever. But then another market will open up, like when you can take spaceships to the next, planet, then you might want decor for that door instead of your cruise ship door. I mean, I don't know. You guys are going to think I'm even more nuts than I already am. So I hope that answers your question, Nicole. Here you go. Thank you for answering all of your questions. Does she talk about selling from your own website, or is it focused on Etsy? Okay, I'm 12 and this is deep. Okay, I don't know what that is. So does she talk about selling from your own? Let me think. Does she talk about, she has a website. She talks about blogs. She shows you it is geared, because now I'm trying to remember, because I've been through now 67% of the course. It's a lot of information. And then there's still more to go. So maybe she gets more to it. But she talks that she has a blog. She talks about that you can use your blog to benefit all of these things by sending people to your Etsy store, by sending traffic here and there and whatever, and that you have more freedom with a blog or your own website. She doesn't talk about like selling it on your own website, I guess. Like there is an Etsy integration that she talks about that you can, because if you have your own website, you have to figure out how you're going to process payments and all of that. So what she, I think, is directing people to do is use Etsy. You can sell on Etsy's marketplace, but then Etsy has like a feature that you can pay for that takes their back-end system and applies it to your blog so that it's a seamless, and she talks about all of this, but it's a seamless way to sell from your blog without people being on Etsy's marketplace. And competition, like again, same with Chriselle. I don't want to give away what's in the course because I appreciate that person. They made that course. And so I don't want to give everything away, but I do want to answer your questions and tell you all about it so that you would be inspired to take the course. So she does cover it in that way. I don't know if she doesn't really talk about Shopify or anything like that, but she does talk about your blog, it being your own website, the power of that through social and through sending them through Etsy, and then how to integrate Etsy into that interface, if that makes sense. So let me know if that helps you. And then, I would say last call for questions at this point. I've been on for almost an hour, which I can't even believe. I mean, I can believe it because you know me, I can chit chat for forever and a half, but I appreciate the questions. And I don't know that there was anything else that I specifically wanted to tell. I think I pretty much threw up as much information as I possibly can here on the internet today. But I just get excited about stuff. Like my husband's pretty much, I think that's why I needed to come on here and tell you guys, because my husband's sick of hearing me say all this stuff about this course. He's like, okay, I get it. The course is great. So it's just, I get excited about the possibility of an idea that you have and something that you've created from nothing being liked and valued by other people. And, with reselling, I didn't make these items. I'm not the fashion designer, but I was the treasure hunter, right? I was the treasure hunter. I found these Everlane pants because I did research. I knew somebody was going to want these Everlane pants or this vintage Angora sweater or this whatever handbag or whatever you're selling. And I went on and I did the research. I found it. I listed it in a way and someone bought it. And so the work that I did, the ideas that I had, my output matched up with what someone else was searching for and seeking out. It was a match. And therefore I got money in the sale and they got their thing, and that made them happy. That makes me happy. That aspect of reselling makes me happy because somebody in Hawaii today bought whatever thing from my shop. And I was the one that found that thing and made it available to her. And now she's happy and I got money, and that makes me happy. That connection through commerce makes me happy. And then with YouTube and taking you guys and the audience that I have on Instagram and the audience that I have on YouTube, and you guys being interested in anything that I have to say for 56 minutes is beyond my comprehension. I can't believe it. Like, I'm grateful for it every moment. I can't believe that any idea that I have, someone else digs. And that I'm a pretty confident person. It's not, I'm being self-deprecating. Like, I think I have good ideas, otherwise I wouldn't put them out there. But it is validation in a way that brings so much fulfillment to me that I thought of an idea, or I found this course and I'm introducing it to you that you also might be into and might help you make more money as a stay-at-home mom or whatever. That makes me so happy. I'm so passionate about making that kind of connection with this community. The same thing goes with my shirts. I've had some pretty wacky ideas. Put them on a shirt with no artistic ability whatsoever, listed it on Amazon, and jokers from all over the country are buying it and wearing it. And some of them are for holidays, some of them are for birthdays, some of them are for a particular life event. Again, I don't want to get into all of what it is, the niche, but they're for celebration things or whatever. And that someone said, I want a shirt that says something like this. And I also made a shirt that says this with my, witty wit. And we met on Amazon, and they wore my idea for a shirt for their whatever fiesta. It's mind-boggling to me. It's crazy. And the same thing with the art printables. Whoever made the bathroom decor that I was laughing at the other day, I'm not their person. I'm not going to buy bathroom decor. But somebody out there is furiously searching Etsy for the perfect thing to put in their bathroom. And then they found this lady that made it, or this man that made it, and they made a match. And I love that. I don't know, I sound like an idiot, but I love that. I am fascinated by that. I am fascinated how commerce can bring people together through ideas and creativity. Baffles me. I don't know. Hashtag mama boss. Love that. I can't believe I missed you live. We'll have to go back and watch parts I missed. Yes, please go back and watch them. That would be great. So, okay, if nobody has any more questions, I'm at 59 minutes and 20 seconds. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you haven't yet, let me go ahead and paste the link again. So it's right there. Check out this course. You know, yes, I will get a kickback if you buy the course because I'm an affiliate. Nancy obviously created the course and put a lot of work and effort into it and is going to make money when you buy her course. People make money off of information all the time, but this is your way of also figuring out how you can make money off of information too. And if you have an idea, if you have the slightest bit of curiosity and creativity, to dabble in something like this as a side hustle or to make it a full-fledged thing, I really encourage you to do it. And the reason why I'm going to leave with this is like, I will vouch for the quality of the course. And that's the same way I vouched for Chriselle's course, is that it was a quality course. I think the reason why people are kooky about courses and paying for information is because you know that there are people out there that take advantage. They have this $1,200 course and you buy it and you get padiddly squat same videos that they have on YouTube. I can vouch for the fact that Chriselle's courses are amazing. I can vouch for the fact that Nancy's courses, well, I've only taken one, I don't know if she has any others, is amazing and well worth the money. Can I promise that you're going to make millions of dollars off of your art printables? Absolutely not. Can't promise you that. No one can promise you that. But what I can promise you is that the information that she has in there is concentrated, is step by step, is complete and comprehensive. It is worth the $200, the $199. I have learned a lot from it. I am going to be putting things into place from it. She's got a million nuggets of information to act upon. And I also see crossovers between the Etsy printable idea and the reselling social media idea. And that's when I said, okay, I really do need to talk about it to you guys because there is that potential crossover. So don't get it just because you might want to use it for reselling unless you feel like you're going to be like a reselling YouTuber or something like that. Because again, I see how I can use everything that she said for my Rebecca the Reseller brand, for my Etsy store, for my own email list, for my YouTube, for my Facebook, like all of that. I can build my Rebecca the Reseller brand that isn't art printables related with the information she's given. But then on top of that, I'm also going to do the intended purpose of doing the art printables as well. So that's what I have for you. So thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. I have videos going up on Sundays and on Wednesdays right now. They'll always go up on Sundays for sure until I run out of Wednesday videos. Then we'll see if I can fit anything in. So come back again. What day is today? Tuesday. I'll have a video for you tomorrow, not live. And then again on Sunday, I'll have the weekly video. So thank you so much. I hope you guys will check it out. DM me on Instagram if you have any questions that you didn't want to put in here and you want to like ask me specifically privately. DM me on Instagram or put the comments down in the comments below of this video. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next time. Bye.